Hey everyone, this is the Kubeflow community meeting for the 4th of November 2025. I think might also technically be a half graduation meeting, so I think we might, I guess, just not many updates, but we'll do a quick update at the end. As usual, CNCF Code of Conduct applies. Uh, KubeCon is next week, and I guess that is the thing we shall talk about first. So, Valentina.
Yeah, hi everyone. Yes, so KubeCon is next week. So yeah, we are all getting ready for KubeCon. Looking forward to seeing you. I will be there on Sunday all the week. So if you want to connect, feel free to, reach out. But yeah, we have Kubeflow Summit. So check out the schedule, which is there on the agenda. We have a half day event. So it will be amazing. Chase and I are doing the Master of Ceremonies, so it will be a lot of fun. Yeah. So just yeah, take a look at the schedule. We have very diverse um, sessions from contributors and users, community. So it's a great opportunity for you to connect and learn more about what's going on with Kubeflow. So yeah, next. Yeah, so next, the other thing is we are still looking for volunteers to help us cover the pavilion. So as I mentioned, we will have a kiosk where on the project pavilion, where all the open source projects are part of the CNCF ecosystem, they are there. So it's fantastic. It's usually a huge space where you can just connect with the community, ask a lot of questions, learn about new things. So yeah, even if you're an expert or not an expert, so wherever you are right now on Kubeflow, join us. Just if you want to, as I mentioned, to connect, maybe you want to cover the shift and you can just say, hey, I'm new to the community, but I'm here helping out. This is what I've been working on. This is what I know about Kubeflow. So you don't need to be like an expert to help us, cover the booth. But if you just want to chat, of course, you are welcome. Like we are expecting a lot of people to just say hi or ask questions as last time. So Matthew, could you open the spreadsheet? So just want a friendly reminder that some people drop their names at the bottom. So when they didn't know yet their schedule, if you know your schedule, please add your name on the specific time. So we want to make sure that we have coverage for all those times. If not, we need to figure it out and see, we don't want to have the kiosk unattended. So we need to have always at least one person there. Yeah, because we may lose it. I mean, if no one is there, maybe
But
I
what
would
times don't
should.
we have people? What times don't we have people? Is this the one in the middle?
Wednesday, yeah, the half
Also,
day.
this late
Well, and
shift as
also,
well.
yeah, yes, exactly. So, so yeah, if you have availability, I do have maybe like 1 hour I could go. So, I could add my name just in case, people cannot. But I think Wednesday, like those times are good.
Wasn't there was an arm guy as well though, right? Who he hasn't added his name.
Hmm?
You know the arm guy, the arm chip guy. I don't remember his name.
I don't know.
There was a guy who's providing ARM server or
Ah,
something,
yeah,
and
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah, yeah.
he's
Yes.
not on the list. So
Yeah, yeah. I can reach out to him and see if he will be there at what time. I don't know if he will. Yeah, I need to. Yeah, I will ask him. But yeah, if you're planning on attending, so yes, please try to do this. Yeah, very very soon because it's next week. So yeah,
we might want to coordinate on like the Slack and from like of the people who say they're going. Maybe I don't know if we have a list of people who are going. Probably not, but
we don't.
we should. Okay, because it's one of those things where we need to try and make it not super long for any one person. You know what I mean? We need to make it so that it's like, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
like
I agree.
like
Yeah,
how many hours is this? 3, 4, 5. That's 2 hours. That's fine. But like that's what I mean. Like as long as people come to like, we need to just like for example, I'll probably be able to step into whatever slots people or like 1 or 2 slots that don't have anyone if truly no one is there. But like but I do have other booths to attend as well. But
yeah,
um,
same. Yeah.
so I guess we just need to make sure that we can. Well, I guess Chase isn't on here either. So what ones can he do? Yeah.
Yeah, I will reach out. I will reach out to the people who are listed there. If they don't fill out by the end of the day today. But yeah, if you're in the call and you are like, yeah, I will be there. So, or if you know someone who will be there that could be interested, just let me know or connect to that person. But yeah, and then we have the other tab, the demos, that we haven't, we didn't receive any content yet. I know everyone's trying to finish things up as I do, so please just friendly reminder, if you can add your link there by the end of the week, it will be amazing. So if
What do we
you
think is the best time for demos? Are we going to do like a lot of them in a row, or are we going to do like, 'cause if we don't end up with lots of them, we probably should do them all in a big blob, right? Maybe?
it could be at any time, but also the Tuesday, I think, is the crawl thing. I don't know if Jorge George is here to
Because
confirm.
like, we also don't want to like, like, these are in the afternoon anyway, right? These are, yeah, okay.
Yeah, afternoon will be busy, and yeah, the Tuesday in the afternoon late is the crawl, the Q, I think they call the Q crawl, where a lot of the booths are doing like food and it's more relaxed. There are not sessions or people are just chatting, and there is an opportunity,
So
to
we
visit
shouldn't do
there.
demos, or we should do demos then?
We should do, because there's usually more people going around and talking with more time because there are not sessions. So that could
Oh, I
be,
see what you're saying. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. We don't want to coincide the demos with big sessions that we know people are going to want to go to. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, exactly. I mean, if that's like my time, I may only have that time available. So is that your only time you want to do it? Do it. But if you are like, well, I don't know, try to do it at the Tuesday, the last time. That
Also,
I think
do
will get
demos
more attendance.
multiple times. Like if because especially if the first demo goes really well, people might be like, hey, I want to see that, show other people that demo. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that,
Yeah, that
especially.
would be amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if people want to do it several times, it will be great. We
Because like
want,
especially for Notebooks
yeah,
2.0, I do want to show it off, get people involved. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of the idea, right? So
that will
it's
be amazing.
and
Yes.
also it means that we can put a thing because the first day people might not be able to remember that that's happening. So we need to like put a say at this time, you know, then there'll be a demo. Even if it's not that long, it's just like, people like seeing things. So
Yeah, no, that's a great idea. Yes. And I
so
can
at very least we need to put up
that.
a schedule. At very least we need to put up a schedule, right? Yeah. And
Yeah.
and 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 if we can convince people to commit their time, we can also put a schedule for like, hey, the maintainer of pipelines will be here at this time. One of the maintainers of notebooks will be here. You know what I mean? Like this might be good for people.
Yeah.
Even if you're not demoing, that honestly might be a good thing. Like
Yeah.
we should try and get at least pipelines and notebooks to have some time when people know that they can go, and any other component that wants to as well. Like I don't know if Mateo, are you going to the? Sorry to call on you, but for model registry.
Worries. No, I'm not. Unfortunately, I will not be there.
Okay. Do we have anyone from model registry who will be?
Not as far as I know.
Okay, that's
But I mean, it's like I can say anybody. We share the slides for the
yep.
mother registry. So if anybody could be sort of like an ambassador for us, it will be greatly appreciated. I
Do you have like
cannot.
a demo or something recorded that we could do?
We don't have a demo recorded, but we share the slide because this is what the outreach team asked for the booth. So that was the most consolidated one. And indeed, if you wanted to speak about model registry on our behalf, please let us know and direct people to the usual venues. I cannot send a beer, sort of like to thank you for being an ambassador for us, but sort of like the next time that you see me around, if you do so, I'm happy to
I
buy
think like a
your.
hands-on thing, or like not hands-on, just like something recording of the actual tool. Like, do we have any like photos of the actual, you know what I mean? Like things that are like that.
So that was we didn't receive such requests from the outreach. I got to say though, at the KubeCon EU at the booth, what happened was that we found the slide to be most effective because people wanted to ask several questions that pointed from one time to the other, and there was not much time to sort of like how to say, take ownership of the debut for a demo for a single question. What I saw also is that people broke out in a ways. So it's like they maybe were discussing. So, and I found that the slides were more effective because people people sort of like stop it by if maybe you were skipping through the slide and say, oh, sorry, can you go back to those ones? more than the demo itself. So
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the very least, we should try and get some of these for each of the components so that if someone is
Yeah.
at the booth and they ask a question about a specific component, that we can bring up a slide deck and be like, hey, here's some notes, and maybe have some talking points. We should maybe add
Right.
some notes somewhere under these for, like, maybe we should have like a, maybe that's something we could actually work on, and it's not, doesn't need to be the maintainers who write it, but maybe the booth should come with a Google Doc, which is like answers to like questions about the projects, because I'm not an expert in model registry, for example, and maybe
Yeah.
like, or at least
Anyway, we'll be working
basic
so
questions like what is
on
each
Slack.
of the projects? Maybe like what, I mean, vaguely people know, but like what is it? Where can I find it? And how, and how do I use it and where do I install it type thing? I don't know, right? That kind of, maybe we should have the basic questions to answer those things. Or maybe like who's the user of it? Maybe like not people, but like, why would you use it at very least?
We spent a lot of time actually populating the website with this kind of
Yep.
information, like the project goal, the user personas, and so on. So I cannot speak for all the components, but at least I remember that every time I was trying to direct people to sort of like these landing options, like the Kubeflow website or maybe the Slack channel, the community channel, for example. I mean, just even for an example, every time in the Kubeflow bi-weekly meeting, we call out that there is a community meeting on every Tuesday, because that will be, I think, the greatest venue where people can be sort of like routed through the appropriate channels.
I mean, yeah, I mean, the website is good for in general, but I think we should summarize it. Maybe there's something, Valentina, we could make for like a very basic book, just like with information about each component, for the people at the booth, if they're not, because most people aren't going to be experts in every component.
Yeah.
Right?
No, it's true. I'm concerned right now that we only have the slide for model registry and we are looking for the other components information. I think worst case we can say, hey, you can join the Slack, you can join the meetings, I can connect you with them. I think at least, talking high level, yeah, if the model registry team has time to do that, but amazing
Not
work.
model registry
Right?
specifically, just mainly the other ones as well, right? That's kind of what I'm meaning. Like, so like,
Yeah.
especially pipelines, especially obviously we'll do one for notebooks.
Yeah, we need the slides for the other components. That will be great.
Like
Yeah,
Spark Operator and stuff. Now that we have Spark Operator, things like that. It's
yeah.
and Trainer obviously will be a big one as well. Andre, are you able to attend at all, or I know that. Sorry, I'm throwing you under the bus right now. But
Yeah, probably will be there. We can copy the slides from the maintainer track here.
yeah, and because like I think there'll be a lot of questions about your version 2, I imagine, and things like that. So
Yep.
yeah, and just like even if you're not able to attend, like I think it's just about writing some notes down for things that we expect people to ask, or points that you want people to raise. Like what action do you want people to take, right? We can use it as an example, like Anyway, I just wanted to since this is our last meeting, I just wanted to give time to this. Has anyone else got any things that we need to do logistically before this? Before the main Kubeflow summit as well, Valentina?
No, I don't know. Dominic, you were saying you have some t-shirts for the people at the booth, but I don't know if that deadline passed already or.
Yeah, that deadline has passed, unfortunately. So people won't get their preferred size shirts, but there will still be shirts.
Okay.
Okay.
You mean for the booth staff, you mean?
Yes, for the booth staff.
Okay, cool.
All right. Yeah, no, I think we are good. Reach out if you need anything. Looking forward to KubeCon.
So I guess connect on the Slack, right? That's probably the first. Is this the right Slack, or do we have a specific Slack channel, or?
Yeah, that's the same. Yes, that's the one.
Okay, cool. But do we have one for like people who are attending? You know what I mean? That we can point people to, or are we just gonna say?
I haven't done that before. I think
Well, we did that on the old Slack, maybe not the
I
new Slack.
personally don't want to create more channels.
Yeah.
I think if they can join the community, so we can send some comments there in the community Kubeflow, and if they have interest, they can join every component. The outreach also to be aware of the events, or if they want to contribute. I think yeah. So far we have many channels. Yeah, but thank you, Matthew, also for being kind of ambassador for this and asking a lot of questions. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for your effort organizing the other one as well, the Kubeflow Summit as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about KubeCon Europe? Or?
Yes, very briefly, because I don't want us,
Yeah.
at all KubeCon North America next week, but just the CFP closed. So I hope everyone had the opportunity to submit. We have one joint event, as we mentioned. So scholarships, we were talking about scholarships in our last meeting, are available if you are planning on attending. Maybe you're a contributor or you are an end user and you want to attend. So review the link. You could also register, like Matthew was mentioning last meeting, like take a look at the access rate. Like sometimes there are some, well, a lot of the times we have these dates and, the price will change. So just take a look. Yeah, but just that quick update. So.
Yep.
Yeah, with that, I will pass it over to Tarek, that he will be talking about the virtual event. I don't know if you have any news, Tarek, on this.
Yeah. I mean, it's just that we need to do like a reach out to the working group leads so that we can have like a commitment that they would be able to present like updates about their working groups during the event. But then I think it would be that the priority would be to the community. If some like submission that we get for the event, then that would maybe would have a priority. But then as a fallback option, that it would be like the contributors that would be presenting during the event. So if we agree on that, then I can maybe create a Kubeflow discuss, and then we get feedback from the working groups. And then if so, then we can like proceed, I think, to the next step, contact CNCF and mention that we would hold this virtual event, right? I don't know how that exactly works, but you know that better, Valentina. You did that before, right?
I might. There is a email thread. I think you are on it, but I will forward you. There is a form we need to submit, and the deadline is November 24. So yeah, we need to submit the name, and I don't know, there are different things we need to fill out, but just the date is important, because if we miss that window, I think we will not be able to submit. So just, I will forward again, so just in case you have it. Yeah, of course. Yeah, and if you need anything, let me know. I think so. What's the next step then? We are waiting for the working group leads to just.
I think. Yeah, and I need to like we need to actually post this somewhere, like in maybe Qflow Discuss or in Slack, to get like their opinion about that, and then we can then fill the form. But do we all agree about like that that setup, that community would have a priority to present during the event, but then if we don't get that many submissions, then it would be the working groups leads that do presentation. For that would be basically the event structure.
So is there a CFP process, or how is this gonna? Is it just like a community kind of? We all agree who gets to talk, the lead of the event, I guess.
That also, I don't know how like for the symposium, I guess it was also via sessionize, I think, and then there is like if the talk is accepted, then it would be part of the event. So I think it would be similar this for that virtual event as well, Valentina.
Yeah, I think so. I think, right now we need to tell CNCF and submit if we want to do it, and submit the proposal, and then wait for them to kind of approve it, and then go from there.
So is there a defined date, or is it just that we need to do it for a particular window of time or something?
Is the window that I mentioned below. So September, yeah,
That's for the event. That's for us submitting, right? And it's not going to happen during KubeCon, right?
That's the proposal submission window that we need to submit to CNCF to say, yes, we want to do this event. So
Do we know what date the event would be on? Is kind of what I mean. Or no?
No, well, it seems we haven't agreed we will do it, so I think we need to figure out that first. And then after that, let me see. It will be, yeah, May or June or July next year. So let me add this. Let me add all this information from the CNCF there so you can have it.
Okay, cool. So who's going to take ownership of that? Submitting and stuff.
I think Tarek wanted to take lead, but I don't know. Tarek, sorry to throw you. You said that but, to me, but I don't know. Just double checking. Happy to help as
Yep.
well if you need anything.
Yeah, definitely. I think it would be like, yeah, I don't think I would be able to do it like alone. So I would, yeah, need help for sure. So if you like maybe to take lead and then I shadow you this time, so that will also be good.
Okay, Tarek, A, B. Is anyone else want to volunteer? A, B, or obviously the like what are they called? The outreach.
Yes.
Valentina, anyone else? Okay.
I'm happy
We
to
should.
volunteer if need
Cool.
be. This is David.
David.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Is this going to be talked about in your do you have meetings, Valentina, regularly for the outreach committee?
We don't yet.
Maybe. Okay, cool. Yeah, maybe we should set one up. I don't know. Okay, awesome. So I guess because my only worry is that if we don't make a decision soon, this is a pretty soon date, so we need to kind of have a proposal.
So just to double check, Tarek, do you want me to submit the proposal or do we want to connect with the leads? Because if we want to connect with the leads, and maybe we need to set up a meeting with them, because I know it's been some weeks waiting for them. But I know everyone is busy and they may have not gotten the message. I don't know. I just afraid that we will lose the window and then lose the opportunity. So if everyone is okay, maybe we can move forward, or I guess, or I don't know. Or do you want to reach out Tarek to them and say, hey, okay, well, we'll reach out this week and we'll figure it out the other week. I don't know. What do you want to do?
I was thinking about like maybe today we post this in Kubeflow discuss so that the community know that there will be like this upcoming event, and then the work group leads like comment on that thread to mention like if they would be able to commit to this, and then maybe we take a decision on that next week, like next community call next week.
Yeah.
So we have like a 1 week window, or do you think it's too short?
Yeah, I will be at KubeCon. So I don't know if I will be joining, but do you want to post that, or do you want me to post it? The communication.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Next week is. I think. Yeah, we can. You can post it in
Great.
there.
And maybe we can connect on this Friday and then see where we are on the Slack, on the outreach channel, and then see if we can submit. How that sounds.
Yeah. Perfect. Great.
That's great. Okay, and then we will have some news. Yeah, next week. Sounds great.
Is there a minimum amount of people who you need to commit to talking to get the submission, or?
We haven't had that issue in the past. Like I remember we have a lot of submissions. but and we can also evangelize it and promote it at KubeCon. So I don't see an issue, but if that was discussed, I think that we want the leads to commit. So that's something that we need to have like maybe at least like 50% of the leads, committing that they will submit. That's fine. I don't know, maybe Andre and Matthew, will you both submit if we do this event? Since I have you here, and Matteo?
It depends on the timeline, I guess, right? That's kind of what I'm saying around like, and how long it is and things like that. Right?
Yeah, so looking at the schedule will be May, June next year, and then, or July, and it's half day only. And you don't need to be half day. I mean, you just need to be for your session if you're like time constrained.
I'm sure there will be. I think it's more about making sure that there's not a waste of anyone's time, right? I think like so let's if we're going to do it, we should commit to it as a project, and be like, let's actually market it and say, and also be clear about who we're intending to come to it, right? Is it users? Is it contributors? Do we know? Like anyway, like these kind of things of what we should agree. And I'm presuming that's what the submission to the CNCF is, right?
Yeah.
Or is
We want
Yeah.
everyone. We don't want only like contributors. We want everyone. Contributors, we want end users, we want people who are new to the
it could
community.
be a little bit hard though. I just what I'm saying, it could be a little bit hard to write like to market something if it's like, okay, this is for new users, that's an easy market. If this is for contributors, new contribute, you know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we did it last time and it went pretty well. We have 430 attendees, register 152 attendees, and the playlist that we do have a lot. So because it gets recorded, a lot of people can watch it afterwards. So even though they may not be able to join, the sessions are still there. Which is great. One of them had 1,000 views. Wow. Oh wow.
I mean, sounds good. I just let's submit it then. Like we might as well submit it then if we're gonna, even if we have a short amount of. It sounds like we should submit, right? That's what we're saying.
It seems we should. I don't know. Tarek, you okay?
I agree. But
Okay. Let's do this. Perfect. Okay. Okay, I will set up something on my calendar. David, if you want to join us as well, of course, I will include you, and then we will submit together. Great news. Okay, thank you for giving us
I'm just
this.
trying to get a decision. I was trying to get a decision.
that's nice.
Okay, cool.
Great.
Anyone
Thank
else?
you.
Anything else?
For outreach, I think we're good. Thank you. Thanks.
Okay, is
Oh,
Amber?
okay. I don't know. Anything else?
Okay, is Amber here? I don't think she is. I know that they posted the so the phase that we're in, I think according to the spreadsheet, is nominate. Oh no, we've done that. It is that one, and then it's testimonial phase. So I think there is a bunch of issues on the community repo, which probably somewhere I can get to here. I think some people, including myself, haven't written up things yet, but I guess we should, let me put a link here. So we've already got nominations. So saying current phase is testimonial, and this ends on the 16th, ends 16th of November. So I assume we will have more issues for. We could probably link each one later, but I just wanted to highlight that. So I think we haven't fully filled out all of them yet, but I'll let someone who knows more.
They are not all filled out yet, and we're still waiting on at least one person to
think that was
confirm
me.
whether they're actually still running or not.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, confirm. Okay, yeah, sorry. Cool. Okay, yep. So I'll leave that to Francisco and Amber, but hopefully we'll have more updates next week, maybe. Oh, I guess that's KubeCon. So okay. Anyone else got anything to add to there? Okay. I don't know if Andre has any updates on the graduation status.
I think we're good. We're just waiting. Let's see, like in the KubeCon, if we can talk to some technical oversight committee or some CNCF folks. But I saw some projects movement, so hopefully we'll get some updates soon.
Cool. The security audit thing, I think at least Notebooks Work Group probably did have some responses to some of those points. We should probably post them in that channel because we had some concerns that some of the points raised were incorrect. But we can share that. So I mean, we can talk separately about this, but I think we should probably make sure that it doesn't get shared publicly until those issues are corrected. But they're not like, yeah, it's like claims that something was insecure, but it wasn't. But yeah.
We had some imprecision, I would say, also in the report for the model registry. I found that that external company representative have been quite receptive to what we highlighted to them. So at least from model registry, we can say that they acknowledge that they could rewrite some phrases to recognize that actually we had some security and checks in places where otherwise they originally stated wrongly, I would say, that we didn't have such checks. But at least that was the experience for the model registry. Andy.
I was just going to say, Matthew, do you mind posting that feedback yourself, just as if they have follow-up questions on some of that auth stuff you investigated, you're much more better equipped to help make sure to communicate that.
Yeah. We can post it after this meeting, I think. Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool. We just want to make sure that we don't publish about things that are incorrect, obviously. So yeah, it'd be good. Okay. Anyone else got anything about graduation? I think we're just waiting on the talk. I think that's the current status. Okay. I copied and pasted for the contributor leads agenda. So this kind of stuff related to the overall kind of project leadership stuff. If things need to be discussed in a public forum.
Sorry, Matthew, before we move on, just quick note on this. I think it would be really nice to also talk about this at the booth. I know I have slides, but maybe we should kind of like, tell people we're moving towards graduation, please get involved, take a look, and maybe it's good for especially new users to, understand the project maturity. You know what you, Valentina, think on Derek on this?
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea. We started, I think, slides based on 2 slides that we got from, or a couple of slides actually that we got from Matteo. So I think we can add more slides from the working groups there, and then that can be used in the booth.
Yeah, let's talk more about graduation in the booth. Let's see how it goes. Overall, I think it's an important piece for the Kubeflow overall.
Be like including this under a section called like future of the project or roadmap and things like that. And so like what projects do we have? What's the timeline of the projects? We're about to graduate.
Yeah, what is the future of Kubeflow, for example, right? Where are we moving towards?
Do we have an answer to that?
I mean, why Kubeflow exists, something like this. I don't know, we should probably talk about it, right?
Well, I think part of the problem is always that it's quite a controversial question, right? It's like everyone has their own perspective, each project has their own idea. Overall, the project is quite cool because it connects everyone, but I think the only thing we can agree on is that we're going to graduate and that we're going to keep doing stuff, but I don't know what else we can agree on specifically, but yeah. Anyway, let's make sure that we have a slide deck about this timeline, I guess. Then that's at least, not a slide deck, a slide in the deck. Maybe.
Yeah, I think so. Again, from my perspective, there should be strong kind of point around cloud native AI. And again, why Kubeflow exists in CNCF. And why, for example, they combine us with Cloud Native AI Day next KubeCon in Amsterdam. I think all of this is very important for us, especially like how rapidly landscape is moving towards to. So we will give folks visibility. What is the role of Kubeflow in Kubernetes? I don't know. I mean, it's something to think about, especially from outreach perspective.
Oh, did Tarek just link a slide deck? Is it something I can open? Okay. I guess this is where your slide decks are. We should definitely add a future of the project and current and future state of the project maybe, and then just list out the current projects. And do we have as like that maybe? I don't know. Also, there's a few diagrams that we could use maybe for the overall project landscape. Andre, do you want to help them with some of that wording, or do you? The
I
points
think,
you
I
wanted
mean,
to raise?
Valentin, do you have time to just copy paste what you have in the maintenance track here, or you're busy before KubeCon?
Maintenance.
Because I know you will be speaking about community section, right? And the maintenance track.
I think you're muted, Valentina. Sorry. Maybe
Fine,
she's.
yeah, we can do the same
Can you
thing.
repeat?
Yeah, we can now hear you. I'm just asking like whether you can copy paste your section from the community, sorry, from the maintenance track to these slides.
Yeah,
So
yeah. In here, yes, yes.
I just want to say from my perspective, and I mean it's up to you to decide, but like maybe it's important to talk about, you know, gradation and, you know, Kubeflow landscape, why it's still there, right? And because I think we've done a lot of great work over the last 6 months. Maybe it's important for users to know about, right?
Yeah. Are we talking about the boot or the maintainer session?
I think the boost specifically, for maintaining session, if I remember correctly, you're already talking about gradation, right?
Yes, yes, yes. Also, I will be, I'm talking about graduation, notebooks 2.0, and then let me check. Because if there is something anyone think we should mention about what's new in the community, let me know. I can include a note and mention about it. So yeah, I know notebooks, the trainer, B2, then the new collocated event, graduation. I don't know if there is anything else I should mention for the maintainer summit.
I mean, there's lots of stuff happening in the Spark operator world. Maybe we should try and get a few points from the people because they operate quite separately because they started as a separate project. So we should, you know, point to them at least maybe.
Yeah, there will be someone covering that component, but I will check in terms of community as well if there is something they want me to mention.
Because it's quite a notable thing, right? You know, that a big project was donated to Kubeflow by Google and has now become a bigger project because of it. You know, like it's a good story, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Okay. I think some people are editing this. I linked it in the up here. I might actually move that under this part. Okay, cool. Any other comments about that, Andre?
Nothing very good. Yeah, we can move on.
Okay, cool. Let me. Oh, I'm just trying to highlight this. It's not succeeding. There we go. Okay. I think yeah. So I don't know if the KF. I just copied and pasted this because I haven't seen it. But obviously, there's a lot of people doing a lot of stuff for KubeCon, so I'm not sure if movement has happened. Does anyone want to make a comment about this KFP proposal? If not, then we can just skip it for now. Because Matteo had something he wanted to talk about. I'll just move it to the above him. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Matthew. No, it just it's more related to wire the loop. I think that this was presented in a previous community call, and we have kept tabs on it during the Kubeflow model registry biweekly call. So this is the cap to rename the project, indeed to move it to better align with the current status of the project and make it, I would say, more generic. Given that in addition to the model registry, we have capabilities that are like the pattern of the model catalog that is based on the same technology, and other integration works with Serve or the storages and so on. So the question that I have today are actually 2 points. The first point that is more pressing is that we received some feedback already on this pull request. For me, it's good to be moved. I want to ask the KSC what will be the best way to call for, I would say, opinion on which name to select, which I know that is very sort of like typically it creates quite some engagement. So is it cool to have it as people commenting the preferred names on the pull request directly? because this is not like a governance thing. This is more to say, ask for people inputs. Is it fine to move this pull request as ready for review and people can comment with their preferred names and then we select the one that has received the best comment?
So there are legal implications to using names. Like I can see a couple of them would already be violations of some trademarks. So like in my personal opinion, I'm not a lawyer, but so I'm not, it's like in the end, the CNCF would probably need to approve the new name. You know what I mean? That's probably the most important thing. But like this KSC should probably submit that to them once they've got it. But my perspective is that you guys, I'm not the KSC, I'm just a random person talking, but I would suggest that it seems like a model registry proposal. Like you should propose a name, like through your own process, come to the name you want to propose, and then take that to the governance of the CNCF and Kubeflow, I guess, and then be
No,
like,
wait.
yes,
The governance of Kubeflow, because this is
most,
not
yeah.
a separate project. This is just a component of Kubeflow. So sort of like, should we then sort of like make I would say a tier list of the preferred names option so that we run that one through the KSC and the first one sort of like that works for the KSC is also what we are going to use for a name. How does that sound?
I mean, I'm not. My perspective is the KSC just has to vote on something, and then they would have to separately go to the CNCF and just confirm that it's okay. But after that, then, so what I'm saying is the model registry should be proposing a specific name, is my proposal. You know what I mean? So that the
Okay.
KSC can vote on. I'm not again. KSC can do it another way, but I feel like that's easier, right, than any other way.
But
just
for example, okay, so
say
we
like, here's the
see,
proposal to rename to this. KSC
okay,
votes yes. If no, then votes no. If they vote yes, then they would separately need to go to the trademark part of the CNCF and just confirm that it's okay. And then, you know,
all right, in the case that we select, say that I call it very obvious, sort of like name in the industry, I can understand. But if it is, say, Kubeflow catalog or AI Hub that doesn't matches any trademarks infringement, I don't think that there is anything. For example, you didn't run, I don't think that the KSC runs through the CNCF, for example, the Spark operator, even though Spark is a trademark. So when the project was onboarded, I don't think that there was any sort of like
there actually was a review, and that is a really complex thing. I'm not going to talk about it on the recording, but you know what I mean.
okay.
But like there was a review
Okay.
there. That is a complicated discussion around what a trademark is and what the CNCF is willing to adopt in terms of stuff. Anyway,
Fair
but
enough. So let's
all I'm
say
saying
the
is
best.
I just propose make a proposal and then people vote yes or no. That's my guess. And so if you have a poll, do you have a poll that people can suggest names? You're saying?
Yeah, I would like to make a poll just directly on the pull request. That's what I'm going for on. And I wanted to ask in this venue if it is a good advice or is sort of like there are other preferred mechanisms. Works with you? Okay.
I mean, it's not my call in the end. It's just like
Yeah,
it's a
you
model registry call.
plural use. So let's say anybody who's listening, if I run a poll on a pull request, does anybody has something against? Maybe it's the right question.
No, I think it's fine. Just a quick question. I know there's been a lot of discussion there, but what is kind of your preference over these names? And we can have it, getting back to CNCF. I don't have a lot of concerns with that because we still have Kubeflow prefix there. For example, like, we have a trainer project. I don't think we have really a lot of concerns with trademark, but we can talk with CNCF, similar to SDK, for example, because we call it Kubeflow SDK. But like, looking for all of those kind of options, any preference from your maintainer's perspective?
From the maintenance perspective, there are a couple that works for us that make the project more generic, like just dropping model and keeping Kubeflow registry, or for example, the AI hub, or anything that is to that extent, or AI asset registry, these kind of things. So indeed, it's like, at least from a maintainer point of view, I would like to have the thing that covers amply what we have today, which is model registry, model catalog, integrations, and storage integrations. So indeed, it's like Kubeflow registry could work, AI hub could work, and similar.
Will you be renaming your repository?
No, because I think that it will overcomplicate things in the first place. It's like we have already quite a lot of links with the model registry.
No, so they redirect. So if you rename it in GitHub, they redirect. So like you could just rename it to if say you chose registry, you could go Kubeflow/registry, like Kubeflow/pipelines, Kubeflow/notebooks. It would be consistent. I'm not saying you have to do that. I'm just saying that's something you could consider.
But it's something that maybe we can put it to the bi-weekly meetings once we decide on the name. Indeed. Thank you.
Andrea,
Good to know that
Mhm.
this one can be done sort of like from I would say the KSC, I suppose, because I cannot do it myself on the repo. But it's like if the KSC has the power to do this repo rename, why not? We could decide to whether to exercise. Sorry, Andrea, I was.
No, just so the next step, just I guess for you to propose all those names and just then use a GitHub to vote on one of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it seems like in the end, it's the model registry maintainer's decision as to their name, right? And I guess then, so you can poll it if you wish to do it with a poll, or if you wish to just make a call right now that you're proposing that it's model registry. That's right, that it's Kubeflow registry. I'm sure that is fine too. It's up to your people who maintain it, right? So.
Yeah, I think more importantly, sorry, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, I can hear.
Yeah, so from my perspective, more importantly, is to define the scope, right, as we discussed, because we have all the discussion with MLflow, right, and like what KFP folks are doing with their experiment tracking mechanism. So once we define the scope for this, maybe we can, descope things for name, right?
Yeah, indeed, the
you know,
cap sort of like
yeah.
explain on why the rename feels important and
Yeah.
indeed what type of scope is covered.
Makes
Can you
sense. Makes sense.
clarify what you mean, Andre? I know that there was some work with with MLflow, but is that still happening or is that changing? Or because if that could lead to some confusion if we have two things that are very similar.
So the proposal is to use MLflow as the main experiment tracking for Kubeflow pipelines and other Kubeflow projects.
Okay.
I think there is an open cap about it, an open discussion.
And so does that impact your plans, Mater?
No, because to me, this rename is to capture capabilities that sort of like are not immediately evident on the project, like the model catalog, the integration with the storage, the reconciliation loop with the K-serve.
So you're not planning to additionally do experiment tracking, or are you?
There was a discussion, and there has been actually we have the capability of the experiment tracking that was done by Dheeraj and the rest of the team, like John, Sydney. And the point to understand is that the KFP team decided not to pursue further on that integration. So the only thing that we've written in the other cap for that, the one that Andre was referring to that speaks about MLflow, is that I suggested to have an integration mechanism so that whatever they are doing for experiment tracking is isolated in a way so that, say, to next summer, you have a Google Summer of Code and people really want to integrate for experiment tracking another solution which is not MLflow, then in theory, somebody could write a Google Summer of Code that integrate with the experiment tracking capabilities that we have already in model registry, because there was some experimentation done in that regards.
Cool. Seems like just a governance landmine, so I'm just gonna leave that. I think probably let's I don't know.
I mean,
Make
it's like the point is I think it is that if KFP decided to go to integrate MLflow for experiment tracking, I think that the question is for the KFP maintainers. I just tried to give you the broader picture that I can, meaning that in the KFP cap for experiment tracking, the thing that I suggest is like regardless of that they chosen ultimately MLflow, is to say let's isolate this in kind of like a layer, call it SPI, call it a plugin mechanism, whatever you want, so that sort of like you don't have to sort of like bind the one-to-one with one specific implementation. And I think this is a good engineering practice overall, but that is up to the KFP maintainers and group. For where I came for today for this community meeting is that indeed we feel in the model registry working group that calling it only model registry sort of like limits on what we are currently doing. And that's why I would like to do this rename.
I mean, I that seems obvious. Yeah, that seems like a logical step. I do think there is a separate discussion that we should have about like what does it mean to be Kubeflow, right? Like, are we required like integrating with another tool makes sense, but then not having any integration with our supposedly official tool seems a bit weird. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of yeah, that's just all I'm saying. That seems like a governance question, but yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, we seem to be getting pretty close to end of time. Is anyone else got anything they need to raise before the end? Otherwise, we can stop the recording and people can have some minutes back. Okay, thanks everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.